It's time to seriously start asking yourself whether Netflix is worth it. With prices for its most popular plan jumping by $1.50 in February, Netflix is suddenly the most expensive major streaming service, more than even HBO Max. The problem is, after an end-of-the-year programming surge, Netflix is in reloading mode and doesn't have a lot to offer in terms of new shows. In the big picture, that $1.50 difference may not matter all that much to budgets, but in terms of perception, it sure feels like Netflix subscribers are paying more for less. For some, this could be a good point to bail, at least for a month or two. In fact, for February we're recommending 3 services for a very budget-friendly $25, and Netflix is not among them. Each month, this column rates the major streaming services as a play, pause, or stop, similar to investment analysts' traditional ratings of buy, hold and sell, and picks the best content to help you make your monthly decision. As we've previously mentioned, consumers can take full advantage of cord cutting or a churn-and-return strategy, that's adding and dropping streaming services each month, and all it takes is good planning. Keep in mind that a billing cycle starts when you sign up, not necessarily at the beginning of a month. Also keep an eye out for lower price tiers, limited time discounts, free trials and cost-saving bundles. There are a lot of offers out there, but the deals don't last forever. Hey, race a look at what's coming to the various streaming services in February 2022, and what's really worth the monthly subscription fee. Peacock Comcast CMCSA, plus 3.56% recently revealed Peacock had just 9 million paid subscribers as of the end of the fourth quarter. It should pick up a few more, at least temporarily, in February, thanks largely to the Winter Olympics. NBC Universal's Summer Olympics streaming rollout was an absolute mess, spread out across Peacock and the NBCOlympics.com, with confusing schedules and some events not available on reply for a day or more after the fact. But NBC promises the Winter Olympics from Beijing will be much more streamlined and simple, with Peacock the one-stop shop with live streaming of every event and replays available on demand immediately after events end. Geopolitical and COVID concerns aside, the Winter Olympics are always fun to watch, and Peacock should be a must-have for cord cutters this month. Keep in mind that while the opening ceremony is February 4th, some events actually start February 2nd. And while all the major events will still air on NBC and its cable siblings USA and CNBC, they will not be available on Peacock's free tier. So if you want to stream the Olympics, you're gonna have to pay. The good news is, for $5, that's not a bad deal. For starters, you also get a little thing called Super Bowl 56, again, only available on the paid tiers, and a full slate of sports, including English Premier League soccer, rugby, college hockey, IndyCar racing, and PGA Tour golf. There's plenty of non-sports programming to check out too, including Bel-Air, which reimagines the classic 90s sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as a prestige drama. Jabari Banks plays the Will Smith role, as he makes a complicated journey from the streets of West Philadelphia to the gated mansions of Southern California. It's a bizarre concept that looks interesting enough that it just might work. Div YouTube height, 0, position, relative, padding bottom, 56.25%, Div YouTube other potential hits include Vikings, Valhalla, a spin-off series of History Channel's popular, grimy and bloody Vikings, set 100 years after that series, a new season of the addictive dating series Love is Blind. And the improv comedy/mystery series Murderville, starring Will Arnett and celebrity guests. There's also a reboot of the classic horror movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Part 4 of Matt Groening's animated fantasy series Disenchanted, and Genius, a Kanye trilogy, a 3-part docuseries about Kanye West. See more. Hey race, what's coming to Netflix in February 2022, and what's leaving? And in the don't bother category, the plotting and unfunny Steve Carell sitcom Space Force returns for a second season that nobody asked for. Who's Netflix for? Fans of buzzworthy original shows and movies. Play, pause, or stop. Shocking, right? But for once, it's safe to drop Netflix and not feel like you're missing out on much. Inventing Anna should be good, but it can always be binged sometime down the road. Considering Netflix is now the most expensive major streaming service, the value is just not there this month. Looking ahead, March, with the return of Bridgerton, should offer more bang for the buck. Disney Plus, it's a slow month for Disney DIS, plus 2.37% too, and if your kids can live without it for a while, February is an excellent time to save some money and cancel your subscription. The only new series is a revival of The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, a diverse, animated, family/coming-of-age comedy that ended its original run in 2005. Also on tap, the season finale of the disappointing Star Wars spin-off series The Book of Boba Fett, and Free Guy, last year's hit action comedy movie starring Ryan Reynolds. Who's Disney Plus for? Families with kids, and hardcore Star Wars and Marvel fans. For those not in those groups, Disney's library can be lacking. Play, pause, or stop. Despite a fairly deep library, there's not enough new programming to justify paying for this month. Paramount Plus' myriad Star Trek shows are the backbone of Paramount Plus, and that'll be in evidence in February, as Star Trek Discovery returns with 6 new episodes after a New Year's hiatus. The new eps will drop every week, with Sonequa Martin Green starring as Captain Michael Burnham in the prequel that takes place in the pre-Kirk era. There are also new episodes every week of the cheesy yet addictive Yellowstone prequel 1883, which will conclude its first season February 26, as well as Big Nate, a new animated series about a middle school kid, based on the popular comic strip and children's books, and the CBS News docuseries Wasteland, which tackles the impact of garbage and waste on America's waterways. And just in time for Valentine's Day, there's the supernatural romance movie The In-Between, starring Joey King and Kyle Allen as a teen couple who even death can't keep apart. On the sports front, Paramount Plus has a loaded schedule featuring NCAA basketball, PGA Tour golf, CONCACAF soccer qualifiers and UEFA Champions League matches. Who's Paramount Plus for? Gen X cord cutters who miss live sports and familiar Viacom CBS VIAC, plus 4.97% broadcast and cable show. Play, pause, or stop. Unless you need it for live sports or your Star Trek fix, there's just not enough there to make it worth your while. Discovery Plus has more of the usual in February. Which is to say, plenty of perfectly watchable but disposable shows, with none particularly worth paying for. The best of the bunch look like Secrets of the Salisbury Poisonings, the true story of a double agent living in England and the botched Russian plot to kill him with a nerve agent, 90-Day Journey, which repackages 90-day couple stories from multiple shows into a single storyline, Magnolia Table with Joanna Gaines, as the Waco-based lifestyle influencer shares her favorite recipes, and Puppy Bowl Presents, the Winter Games and Puppy Bowl Presents, Puppy Mania, in which puppy? Who's Discovery Plus for? Cord cutters who miss their unscripted TV or who are really into 90 Day Fiancé. Play, pause, or stop. Sorry. Discovery Plus is still fantastic for background TV. But there's not much that's essential viewing. It's really only a good option for those who are HGTV/Food Network/TLC superfans who've cut the cord completely. If you still have cable or get Discovery Disca, plus 7.57% channels through a live streaming service like YouTube TV or Hulu Live, it's just not necessary.